Big B, it should be up by now. You see anything?
I don't see
Dr.
it
Paul,
live.
you're already streaming.
Huh?
Okay, we are streaming.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, let me go up here. And we're going to get started, and I hope everybody is doing good. Everybody looking good. You got your Wednesday face on. All right, I want to welcome everyone to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Hey, 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 hey. Come on, put your hands together.
Yeah.
It is another Wednesday. We say hump day, but this is a hump day of holistic health that you can put yourself together and get yourself in order. So as we bring it on down, we're going to get everybody in order. Let's give a shout out for our host with the most, Big B, Bill Morgan. Hey, Big B, what's up, buddy?
Hey,
man,
Big B. How you doing? Hey,
I'm doing well. The good Lord let Theo Nero up. So I said, wow, why I gotta win today?
There you go. There you go.
Sir, yes, sir.
All right, we're going to get started. And as we start off, this is the place that we say is your holistic connection for what's going on in the world. So we are glad to see you today and this evening. If you are also watching and you may have not received a Zoom notice or something, you can also notify family and friends that we are on YouTube. So they can go right to YouTube, just punch in Dr. Paul's Holistic, and it'll come right up, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to get started. And this is, as we said, is the place where we talk about holistic health and all that's going on in the world and around the world. And Big B, I tell you, man, lots going on, buddy. But you know what? That's why we do what we do, because this is the place we say the family tree, because
That's right,
around the
buddy.
tree, it's based on an ancient laurel custom. It's the laurel trees that used to gather around. And with this is where we sit around and talk about the network, all the things that are going on, health, relationships, things and problems and concerns, and we can get them solved. But you got to get around the tree. That's why we say get around the tree. We pray around that tree. Number one thing, right, Big B? We pray around that tree.
Yes, sir. All the
But
time.
also, that's our social security. I mean,
Amen.
say it slow, y'all.
Social security.
Remember
Yes,
that
yes,
social
yes.
security is not a check. It's your family.
Family.
So that's why we keep it in our hearts and our minds and understand that we each other's best keeper, and we can find out your best solution is probably right next to you or around
Yes,
the
sir.
corner.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to start off today. And if you're here for the very first time joining us, if you'd like to join the conversation this evening, you can reach down to your menu bar and you can hit where it says reaction. And when your reaction pops up, you can put your hand up and join us in the chat box up there. And you can be on screen. And when you're on screen, you can ask any question that you have. We try to answer the question. If we can't answer the question, we'll try to get back to you and answer it the best way we can. All right.
Yes, sir.
If
Yes,
you're
sir.
someone that says, I don't want to be on screen because you just look so good, you don't even want to
Wow.
be on screen. All
Apologies,
right.
yeah.
Then you can actually put your information right down in the chat box right down there. And Prophetess over there, which you should give a shout out for Prophetess.
I know that's right.
Give
That's
a shout
right.
out for AKA
Prophetess is
Vickers
Rudy
over
Kicker.
there. She's fast, y'all. So as you're speaking, she's gonna be flying that stuff up there. And she'll put it in the chat box for us. If you're someone that's calling by phone, and we may have missed you may have missed the prompt that tells you how to raise your hand by phone. That's okay. Just let us know you're calling by phone, and we'll try to get to you. All right. So we want to start off, and with that, we'll go into some question and answers, and we want to go into some testimony. But before we do that, Big B, tell us what's going on in the world.
Man, it's so crazy out there. But that said, Dr. B, let me go right straight to our numbers from our very, very favorite website, encode2019.live. All right. Our quick facts up to about half an hour ago. Our total confirmed cases 696,944,870. Total confirmed cases 7,313. Total deceased 6,931,508. Total active cases 108,007,533. 43. And total recovery, this is our mental health moment, guys. Total recovery, 583,636,895. Dr. P.
All right, yes.
That's
And you know,
what's
the
up.
good news, Big B, is that we have lower numbers with RSV, with flu, and also COVID. So
Yes.
people are doing much better, you know, and people are starting to see the difference with their health. I think we're just, you know, consciously aware. More people are exercising, more people are doing cleanses, and then, you know, people have picked up this herb thing. You know, I'm getting
Right.
more doctors calling me. I got
And
more
then-
allopathic doctors calling me lately.
That's
They
acceptable.
said, "Hey,
I know
Doc,
that's right.
what you got herb for?" I was
Huh?
like, "Who is this?" But it's interesting because we invite the conversation all the time. We've always had an open door. And I believe this is where people need to get those questions answered. So it's good to
Exactly.
be able to network, that we get the information, because the people of God, we need it right away. All right.
Okay.
So
Dr. P, can you hear me all right? But some folks said that my voice was too low. Are we okay now?
yeah, you're pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
you're
Very
good.
good. Thank you, Karen. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you sound good.
All right, buddy.
So we're gonna get started, and with that, we always start off with testimonies. You know,
Yeah.
testimonies go a long way. You know, and with
Yes, it
testimonies
does.
going a long way, we always like to open up the floor. If you have some of a testimony that you use from something that we've talked about here on this platform, or you may have been doing something holistic that has been a success, and we take every little bit as a
Yes.
success. That means
Yeah.
even we say crawl, walk, run.
There you
It
go.
means anything that you have. It can be something very small. You might think that, hey, my blood pressure was kind of low this day. You know, something that is very unusual. Oh, wow. You know, they're telling me I may not have this cholesterol medicine. Or, you know, wow, you know, this is not aching as much. That's good information. All that really counts, because that's the body talking to you. So
Yeah.
we want to hear from you. Testimony, as always, we open up the floor. So as of right now, the floor is officially open. Anyone have a testimony on their heart and their mind?
Look, we already know who the first one's going to be.
We know
'Cause
who the first one's
he
gonna
about
be.
to jump off on his own self.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Big Mark.
Here.
Go ahead, Mark.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Paul, Mr. B. I have a testimony that I've been trying to get this thing on point, very optimistic. I've been posting walks, and each walk, it gets better.
Amen.
And I've been putting this on Facebook and telling people I got proof and I haven't shown anything. They was like, yeah, right. Don't even try it. So now all of a sudden I'm starting to put this stuff out because I can't hold on to it no more. I did 4. And my last one, I went to AFC Aqua Hab today and I pressed my way in.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to do a triple play. I wanted to get in the pool,
All right.
get a
all right.
body massage, and exercise.
Mm.
I only done that 2 times out of being there for 8 years. And I wanted to do that today, but I couldn't do it. So I just exercised and I feel wonderful.
That's
All
good.
right.
That's
That's
good.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
By me
That's
doing
awesome.
that, I know for a fact it's going to get me over, because the little problem that I was having, it all started to play in my favor. So by me exercising, I strongly believe I will be able to walk normal on my next video.
Well,
Mhm,
amen.
mhm.
I believe that too.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yes.
Mark, I've been following you on
Yes.
Facebook and social media. And you know, every time you walk, I see the activity moving even better. You
Yeah.
know, the joints, the ligaments, the connective tissue coming back in order. So, brother, I'd say everybody come on mute. Mark, continuously stay on your point, Mark.
Yeah. That's what's
Continue
up.
it,
That's what's
Mark.
up.
God be the glory.
Congratulations.
Yeah, keep at it,
Congratulations,
Mark.
Yes.
I'm
Congrats, Mark.
Congratulations.
Keep the faith. Keep the
I'm-
faith.
I'm snatching back stuff that the devil
Congratulations, Mark.
snatched from me.
Way to go, Mark.
I have no other choice.
Yep.
And like
yep.
I say, I'm breaking up.
No,
Oh, you're
good.
all right.
You good? You good?
Dr. Paul was the best decision I made my whole entire life. And I did that at the age of 42. If I wouldn't have done that, I would have been stuck like Chuck if I decided to try to do something like that now. But I thank God he put it in my mind during that early time And I just seen that vision when God gave me a dream. I dreamt that I was going to walk again. And I walked out on faith.
Yes,
I did what I was supposed to do.
Gotta do
And
the
that's why
work,
I
Mark.
did on Facebook, so people can
Amen.
know that
Yeah,
herbs
amen.
is the key to your health.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Herbs, herbs are the meat of the earth. The trees are for the
Yeah.
healing of the nation. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, Mark, you're doing it, buddy. You know, and I just see so much of how far you've come and the time and what you put through. You have a testimony that's going to do amazing things when that book come out. I can't wait till that book come out. That testimony book is going to be awesome, buddy.
Yeah, man.
All right, so look forward to it. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
Yes,
Hallelujah.
indeed.
Love.
Hallelujah.
As
And
we
Dr.
say,
Lenny, if you on, I appreciate the love. You the one that did it for me, Doc.
yes.
Well, you
Yes,
know,
yes.
Dr.
Is he on
Lenny,
yet?
he puts in the stuff. So you got to do the
you
work.
do.
Yes,
you do.
sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks,
All
y'all.
right. So
Yeah,
as
man.
we say, you know, that's a good testimony. Pray and row the boat. That's what we say. Pray
Wow.
and row the boat. Faith without works is dead, right? So you
Yeah, I
got to
know
do
that.
something.
Yes, sir.
You
buddy.
talk about it, you got to be about it. So that means soon when you hear this information, that means apply the principle.
Yes.
You know, apply the principle means to, you know, to do something a little bit at a time. You know, when most people come through, they have the challenge first because they think it's almost like a, you know, like you're whipping them when they come in like, oh, I can't eat this. Oh, I can't eat that. Oh, I can't.
Oh, Lord, help me, help
You
me, help
feel
me.
like it's punishment. It's not punishment. It's restructuring.
Yes.
Remember, transformation happens by the renewing of your mind.
Yep.
So what happens is you're getting restructured to relearn what you've been taught and traditionally told that this is supposedly good. Well, it can't be good if now you're sick.
Yeah.
So it was never good to begin with.
Yep.
So that's why we try to do that. All right. So keep that in mind. All right. All right. Let's see. Who do we have in the chat box? We have in the chat box.
Yeah, there's one that said, Brianna, what's a good cold cereal to purchase, Dr. Paul?
A good cold cereal.
Yes,
Any cereal that's not bioengineered.
Okay.
You got that right.
I'm telling you.
The Michelle cereal even have canola oil in it. I looked the other day.
Oh,
However, I have a testimony.
all right.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
Yvette.
You got it. You got a testimony. Go ahead, Yvette.
All right. Last Friday, I worked the overnight shift. And the next day I had an appointment with Eloise.
Okay.
It was my first experience having acupuncture ever. And being overworked a little bit by Dad, my shoulder was hurting just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Me and Eloise, but when I got up from that table, my shoulder was feeling great. She used a mugwort.
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 She used a mugwort. I mean, it was just so nice. When I got home, I took me a nice Himalaya salt bath.
Mm-hmm.
I got out and I elevated my feet with my pillows and played some high frequency sound music. And I mean, that sleep was so sweet. I haven't slept like that in forever.
Girl, hey, you better watch that. You may sleep for 44 hours.
Let's give Yvette a hand. Yes, Yvette.
Eloise
Yes.
is great. So why she still have
Absolutely. And shout out to
Congratulations.
Let's give them both
really
a
good.
hand. And
Yes,
Dr.
yes,
Eloise
yes.
is on here too. And Dr. Eloise,
Congratulations.
you know, you are doing such a great things with so many people. You know, with my wife, she's your biggest fan. Let me tell you. She's like, oh, we going. I was like, wait a minute. I can't get her. She wants to get there so fast. I tell you, she can't wait to get to her sessions. Because
so
you
y'all
really
gotta get to why she still have the special. So it's
absolutely. Take
Thank you,
advantage of the
Yvette.
specials while she have it. And Dr. Eloise, tell those for those that don't know what you do and what special you have going. Go ahead and tell everybody what you're doing, because Yvette is definitely a benefactor, just like I am and my wife, of the many talents that you have when it comes to acupuncture and knowing how to help someone. So go ahead and tell them what you have going on right now.
Okay, so right now we have a special going on to build up your immunity and to help you deal with stress. It's called a stress reliever. And if you've never tried acupuncture before, It's really not painful. And the needles are disposable and all that kind of stuff. So the special is $30 for a 1-hour treatment to boost your immunity and to get rid of stress. Because if you're stressed out, your immune system is not going to be working properly.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Dr. Paul has definitely been keeping me very busy.
Hey, Eloise, that's what you do. One family helps
Yes.
the other part.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. We all have to
Separate.
keep it in order, but this is all part of the holistic circle
Right.
that we talk about. You have to stay in the holistic circle. You know, we've talked about so many times. You see, that's why I call it the network. You know, it's because it's a network. I suggest that we stay in the family. That's the whole point of the family tree. Stay in your circle because we've already checkpointed certain things to make sure that the people that we even bring in the circle are on point with what they're doing. I tell Dr. Eloise all the time, I screen everybody. I screen everybody and everything. So when stuff happens, you know, you want to be able to tell people you're getting the best quality service. So I applaud you, Dr. Eloise and
Thank
Yvette. Thank you so much for being in
Thank you.
and what you're doing, you're getting your healing. Just that relaxation. There's no price for that. There's no price for relaxation to get a good night's sleep. So
Yes.
thank you so much. All right.
Okay, can I just say one more thing?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Okay, during this time of the year, the universe is letting go. I mean, Mother
Yeah.
Nature is letting go.
That's right.
Anything that you want to get rid of, toxins, you know, do the cleanse, you know, take all your herbs and everything to help things flow out of your body that you no longer need, and get rid of those stagnant emotions. Mother Nature is helping you out during this time. That's why the leaves are falling off the trees and things are just clearing out.
You know, you're so right on that because, you know, as the season changes, you know, fall represents the falling off and to rejuvenate for the next season. So guess what? They always said, it's interesting you said that, Dr. Louise. I always heard the best time for you to clean up your closet. I'm going to somebody's closet this evening. Get up all them shoes and all the stuff.
That's right.
You know, because guess what? That energy binds up, you know, and the best thing you can do when you have old clothes that just sitting there and you don't wear them anymore, you know, you might say, well, it's just sitting there. I'm keeping it. I'm holding on to it. But you really, what we say in the field of energy work, we say, don't even wear the old clothes. Because the old clothes represent the old person that you used to be.
Well.
Got it? So you got to start letting that stuff go so that you can allow this new energy to come in.
I know that's right.
New energy is going to be new clothes, new colors, new. You probably were looking at stuff like, what was that? What in the world? Look at this jacket. Who would be wearing this? Big B used to see my closet. I had to clean out. So like, that stuff got to go. But that was the old me. Just like everybody. We all change and we shed the skin of who we once were. But guess what? You can't become the next person unless you get the old stuff out the way.
I know that's right. You gotta get all that dirt off your back. I tell you,
go
boy.
Ahead, y'all. Go ahead. I love it. Go ahead. All right.
Okay.
Who do we have next, BB?
Okay. Now Nicole says, is acupuncture breastfeeding safe?
Okay. I think that's for Dr. Eloise.
Yeah, it is for Dr. Eloise.
Oh, it's acupuncture during breastfeeding. Yes, you just wouldn't needle certain areas, you know. To be honest with you, completely transparent, I have not needled people who are breastfeeding, but I'm certain it can be done. I've needled people in their 9th month of pregnancy, you know, while they're pregnant. So I'm sure it's not a problem.
And
What would you need it for?
And that was my next question. You know, usually
Nicole, you there? You can explain that a bit more. Nicole, you with us? Okay.
So just following up on that, that was exactly the question. You know, if you're going to get the process of acupuncture, You know, you got to find out why are you getting it. You know, if there's a problem with lactation, is there a problem with, getting sleep? Because, is there a postpartum issue after pregnancy that you're going
Right.
through? Because there are a lot of different reasons that you could be going through something. So that's where you have to have a focus, and you'll notice that when you start to deal with any energy work of any kind, focus, mindset, and focus, and then being present. I'm sure you always say that with your, Dr. Eloise, where you are and present means everything. So what is your goal, in what you're doing? All
Mhm.
right.
And if you're not giving enough milk, drink. And it's very, very important to drink warm liquids. There's certain teas, there's certain herbs you can take
Mhm.
that are really
Yeah.
good. in
Yeah, she
terms
just
of
said exactly what I thought. Something like sleep.
Mhm.
Usually it's the postpartum effects of after birth, the sleep issues. Yep. Having a problem going to sleep.
Yeah.
So, yep. So yes, relaxation, that would be definitely something I would suggest. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
what she said is for care and for sleep. She's having
Right.
trouble with good night's sleep with a 6.
Right.
Oh,
I was just going to mention that. Yes, I just saw it.
that kind of comes with the territory.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. All right. Who do we have next? Coming through. Who do we have there? Prophetess, you have anybody on the chat there in there
No, there's
No.
no
on the other side?
no one on YouTube at the moment.
Okay, if there's anyone on YouTube, just let me know, okay?
Yep.
And let's see, Big B, who do we have at the top up there?
Okay, we got Wade up in the top corner. Big Wade, you there, buddy?
Brother Wade.
Hey, how you all doing?
All right, man.
Terrific,
How you
man.
doing
What's
there,
up?
buddy?
For months, I've kind of convinced a friend of mine to come go see Dr. Paul. And as a result of the doctor not being able to help him out, now he finally wants to, now he's listening now. So I gave him some advice, and now he's telling me he's made some improvements. So he several times this week, he told me he feels much better. His energy level is much better. So that's testimony in reference to a friend of mine getting better.
All
Okay,
right, man.
that's what's up, Wade.
That almost sounds like a stealth testimony right there, Big B. What do you
They just
think,
kind of
man?
slid in like
Kind
that,
of
yeah.
slid in there. Hey, y'all, let's give Wade a hand.
Wade
Everybody
and his
come off
buddy,
mute.
a big hand.
We give props for those that are becoming ambassadors to their friends, family,
Wade.
and closest one around there. So let's come off mute and give Wade a hand
That's
over
what's
there.
up. Way
Congratulations,
to go, Big Wade.
Great
Yeah,
job.
man. Congratulations. Bring the,
Congratulations.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Go Wade,
Congratulations.
go
Congrats.
Wade.
Thank you.
Congrats, Wade. Job well done, bro.
Yes. Continue the good work there, buddy. We really need that. All right.
Did you have a question now,
You have a
Wade?
question, Wade?
I'm done. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, then after that is Laverne Lattimore. Laverne, make sure you unmute yourself, Laverne. Okay, there you go.
Good evening, folks.
Good evening.
And especially Dr. Paul. I always look forward to coming on his show on Wednesday night.
All right.
Paul, I would like to, when the season changed, my head stopped up. And my hearing in this ear is worse than the one in this ear.
Mm.
And I went to my chiropractor and he gave me a spinal alignment. And I asked him to recommend me an ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor. They recommended me when I said, do you want to go to Philadelphia or do you want to go to Bryn Mawr? There's only 2 in this county, they said. So I went to Bryn Mawr. I asked it for the address in Bryn Mawr. And when I went up there, I come to find out he was a plastic surgeon. I said, no, this is the wrong doctor.
Have mercy.
No,
They
he's
said,
the wrong doctor. That's
he
right.
does that too. He does ear, nose, and throat too on the side. If you,
Oh,
Okay.
and
Okay.
when you can get to it. But do you have another? I looked on the computer. I can't find a ear, nose, and throat. 'Cause
A source.
head,
Yeah, because we come from a different perspective. I really don't recommend doctors. I tell folks to go with their, healthcare plan and get the one that's closest in your network if you have to go that route. What you're experiencing though is something that goes with the seasons. You know, whenever there's, remember, we're talking about cleansing, right? We're talking about cleansing, change of seasons. Fall seasons come with things like clogging up. So that's why we have to do these cleanses. So really, we have to watch things like infections in that area, the ear, nose, and throat area. So that's why we do the seasonal golden seal cleanses. Traditionally, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul. We do the golden seal root cleanse. That one has always been used. And also we use some of the other things I can give you. This is just traditionally used. I don't know your situation until you come on through. But usually that, along with things like black seed bitter tonic. Got it? Not the oil, the tonic. Got it? It's a liquid tonic. Very bitter, very bitter. I would say stay in the family of the bitters whenever you're cleaning the ear, nose, and throat. Got it? So that's where we would get you can go to any herbal store and you can get that. Okay. Now you can also get, there's another one called wood root tonic. Wood root tonic. That's another good one. Okay. So you got black seed, and these tonics are traditionally used. And you'll know that these are a lot of the Ghanaian traditional healers use this for the purpose of putting the combinations together so that you wouldn't have to do a whole lot of bringing together all these herbs. And you just take basically a tonic. It's already put together for you. So that's land and sea and bark. And a lot of that usually will cleanse you out. So wood root tonic, black, the black seed bitters tonic. Also, you got to throw in that conversation, the old Indian wild cherry bark syrup. Okay. These are all things that clean those areas, along with the golden seal. Now, the golden seal, remember, there's a protocol with the golden seal, right? Everybody remembers the code, the protocol, right?
2 weeks off.
Okay. What was that again?
2 weeks off.
Right. Just remember, quickest way of remembering that is 2-1-2. 2-1-2. 2 weeks on, 1 week off, 2 weeks back on, and then you quit it for a whole month.
All right.
Got it? After that, you wait a month and then you repeat the cycle. So those are the things that we would do in that family.
Yeah. I was taking what is that, cayenne pepper and all kind of some Benadryl and to open my head back up, and it feels like the synovial fluid from here just dripping down inside.
Yeah, it comes right down the side of your sideburns. That's where the fluid comes down and drains from that area down to that cervical node. It comes right down the side right here. Yes. But you can start to do, the lymphatic, massage. You do it right that side. You would rub like this. Everybody watching, can y'all see me, by the way?
Yeah, we can see you.
Right. So if I'm going like this, it's not deep. It's just nice and above. Remember, cervical is right on the surface of the skin. Lymphatic system is the surface of the skin, not deep massage. Just nice and on the top, just like this, and rub those areas. We call that pumping. That's called pumping. As you're pumping like this, see, you pumping and you starting to smile. See there? So you start to pump like this, and then as you go up, you pull down. Don't start up here and pull down. You start from the bottom and raise up and pull down. And then when you get around the eyes, you pull it around the eyes. That's the way you ladies, we get that bags under the eyes, get that stuff out of there, pull it out, pull it this way towards the sideburns, right before the ear, bring it down. That's where it goes down, right there. You can also massage the top of the head, the eyebrows, the scalp, and then if you pull it down the back of the neck, that's how you pull it down from the neck area, down to those area where the cervical node, it all goes out right here. Got it? If you do that in the morning, do that in the evening, you're going to feel like $1 million. You look like you're feeling good already. Look at you.
Thank you.
All right.
Dr. Paul.
Yeah.
The black seed, the tonic, black seed bitter tonic. That's only for if you have a cold. You shouldn't be doing that daily.
Well, it's a seasonal detox, and if you feel like you've been exposed to something, you can take it, but usually that's a seasonal, because a lot of the herbs in there are liver cleanses. And usually those are seasonal cleanses. You know, that's why we take those. So the black seed bitter tonics, you know, they kind of work in conjunction with the golden seal and the golden rod, all those herbs that are traditionally seasonal. Because even when they grow in certain regions and times during that time for cleansing. So I would, that's usually what you would do. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
All righty.
All right, Dr. P, before we go up in the corner for Elaine, Denise wants to know, is alpha lipoic acid cream good for neuropathy? What's good for IBS?
IBS? Now, what was the first thing you said?
Is alpha lipoic or lipoic acid cream good for neuropathy?
Yeah, it can be good for things. Remember, alpha lipoic acid falls in the family of antioxidants that help to raise the level of what's called glutathione, which your liver makes this thing called glutathione, which is the binder, it's the chelation that pulls things that don't belong in the system. And you always want to raise that level of glutathione. So alpha lipoic, usually you'll find that in intravenous, if you're getting intravenous, you know, some kind of therapy where you may have it mixed with like maybe a concoction of glutathione or maybe vitamin C or something like that. So it can be an antioxidant. What was the other part of the question you said?
IBS.
IBS, irritable bowel
What's good
issues.
for it?
Yeah, usually it's going back to food choices. You know, I always say it's food choices because if you just shut it down, literally shut it down and stop eating with the intensity and watch things that are what? Thick, creamy,
And pour slow.
And pour slow. You remember that?
Yeah.
If you just do that and drink water and stay on your greens, your whole life is going to change. Your gut's going to change overnight. It will. But the problem is up here. Everybody, we're so conditioned that we have to eat 3 meals a day. We have to do all these things, stay in this sort of circadian rhythm that really never worked for anybody. But it's just based on businesses keeping their cycles and rhythms going and staying out of the red. You know, that's basically what that is. So you have to start to look at and learn your body and say, you know what, I don't have to eat all the time. You know, and most of the things that are happening is that people are not assimilating. They're not assimilating the nutrients. So if you can't assimilate nothing, you need to clean that gut. It means you need to give it a rest. You need to start to do some things in teas that help the good bowel movements. You know, the senna tea, you know, like the that kind of gives me a segue in what I wanted to talk about today. And they're called cathartics. Cathartics are laxative and purgatives that actually purge this stuff out of the system. So that's actually what deals with issues like she said, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, or something that basically they're irregular with their time frames. Y'all remember the time frames I gave y'all, right? What's the time frame for a normal bowel movement? Remember? What was it? Anybody remember? Anybody remember the time frame?
A normal is something to 18 hours. I can't remember the first number.
7 to 12.
No,
7 to 12.
I don't know. I think 14.
No, 18.
7 to 12.
18 is the last number.
Y'all all over the place.
What's the first number?
Is it 14 to 18?
7 a.m. to 12 p.m.
I say we gotta go over this again.
12. Movement when you eat, then you have to.
No, it's in my notes. It's in my notes.
It's way back in the notes.
Isn't it 1 to 2 hours after you eat?
Anytime you eat.
1 to 2 hours after you eat.
7 to 5 a.m.
Well, that takes care of that, Dr. Paul.
I heard that takes care of that. You gotta let them run. Like when you're fishing, you gotta let the fish just run. You gotta reel them in. You gotta reel them in slow. All right, I'm reeling y'all in now. Here's the numbers. All right, get your pens and pads, write this down. This is important because this is something that you have to keep always, every change of seasons, keep this in mind. 18 to 48 hours. Remember, 18 to 48 hours.
And all this info is going in the chat, boy, because listen, Prophet's fingers is rolling over there.
Ooh, she moving over there, boy. Well, I said 18.
So that
You
take
can see
care
her,
of it.
you can see her head moving like that. I didn't even see it, but I can hear her head moving.
Oh, boy.
All
Oh,
right.
boy.
All right. So
He had
before
food in
18
there
hours,
for
before 18 hours would be what? Remember? Before 18 hours would be what?
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea,
Diarrhea
which
before
means that
18
there's
hours.
probably something of a foreign element in your intestines, or your body has determined that. You know, the body is we're sentient beings, so the body has a sensitivity and a knowledge of itself, and it knows when an invader is in there and it doesn't belong there. So it says what? Send extra water into the intestines to flush it out.
Yes, yes,
Isn't
yes.
that awesome? Woo! Can't see God, you ain't looking for.
I know that's right. I know
But
it.
what if it doesn't come out like diarrhea?
Well, that's what. Let me finish the point. All right.
Okay.
So if this bacteria, virus, fungus, parasites, and it's invading the intestines, that's the first sign that the body's identified something that doesn't belong there. That's when you get the watery stool. It's the body's natural reaction. Flush it out. Got it? So if it's not doing that, 48 hours and past is what? Past 48 hours is what? Constipation. That's like my son used to say, Dad, his first joke, he came to me and told me, he said, Dad, you ever heard that movie Constipation? I said, no. He said, yeah, because it ain't come out yet.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead, Aaron.
He got me. I said, he got me.
That was good.
But Dr. Paul,
So-
if you take your green drink,
Mhm.
I go to the bathroom like 2-3 times a day.
Yeah, because it moves. You see, the whole purpose is that usually when constipation happens, it's because there's a lack of energy on the alkaline side to move things out of the system. It's lacking a lot of oxygen, a lot of alkalinity, and that hydrogen is what moves things. And that usually comes from when things are dehydrated or in a state of acid or acidosis. So that's why you got to get these herbs. That's why sometimes you can take a really good tea, like a senna tea. Ever heard about senna, right? Senna.
Yep.
Senna is, well, yeah, senna will be, it actually does senna tea. Let me tell you what the specific thing about senna does. It actually does something like no other teas do. When you have issues with constipation, usually it cannot bind properly, and it seems to be sort of like broke off in pieces and things. Well, senna actually have these things that basically binds it together to move it in one mass so that you can pass it. So senna usually is something when people take that, they say, if there's nothing else that works, senna usually works. Got it? So what is it doing? It's putting extra energy in the intestines. Now, also, you've heard people may have been taking things like magnesium. Got it? Magnesium. Did you know that that's one of the things that back in the day, folks used to take little Epsom salts, right?
Yeah.
Air, water. That was like an emergency, get it out. Been constipated for a couple of days. You really need to move. That's almost like the break glass. Take a little bit of warm water, like a little 8 ounce of warm water, and they put like a teaspoon of Epsom salts. And that was the Epsom salts that's used for internal take. There's now kinds that you can't take internal because they're spraying it, they're doing all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Be careful, make sure you get the right one. But what does it do? The same concept of what we're saying. It puts energy. Magnesium moves stuff. Magnesium is the only ion that it does not need oxygen to burn. Got it? So that means it doesn't need oxygen to mean there's a presence of energy. And whenever there's magnesium, it opens the door for the absorption of nutrients and calcium in the body. So that's why it does wonders for moving the digestive. So irritable bowel issue, senna tea, things like the magnesium, got it? Also, you have some of the other herbs like rhubarb is good. Rhubarb. You remember rhubarb? Anybody remember rhubarb? Yeah, rhubarb.
Rhubarb pie.
Rhubarb pie.
Rhubarb pie.
Yeah. RHUBARB. Rhubarb. Very good. Any of the aloes. Now you have aloe vera. Y'all know about aloe vera, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you've heard the aloe vera plant, which is very good for the intestinal line also. So aloe vera on an empty stomach usually coats the lining of the intestines because it's good for skin.
Yeah.
Remember, this goes back into what we call doctrine of signatures. Y'all remember doctrine of signatures means that you can not even know what the plant does, but you can see where it grows and this environment and tells you what it's good for. Ooh, that's powerful.
I know that's right.
That's
I know
powerful.
that's right.
So if you're looking at aloe plant, where is an aloe plant going to be? Aloe plants where?
On a tree?
He's on
In the
tree.
desert.
In the desert.
In the desert.
Y'all so funny, boy. It's on a tree.
Not on the tree.
In the warm. In the
So aloe is actually
Warm
bathing in the sun all day. It
And warm-
absorbs all of the heat. So now it becomes a doctrine of signature, means that whatever it does all day, that's what it's resistant to. It's so it can deal with levels of high heat. So that's good for derma. That's why it's good for protection, for sun protection, outside. Protection on the outside, skin on the outside, skin on the inside. Got it? So that means it's good for irritable bowel issues. You lose that digestive system. Does wonders with that. Got it? Okay, let's see. One other one that I would recommend. There's aloe, also called aloe bitter. It's aloes that are bitters. You ever heard of bitters? That are from aloes, the aloe bitters. Anybody know about that?
Not everybody. You can see in the faces.
yeah. Aloe vera is bitter.
It's already
Right,
good.
but there's also another plant that grows in South Africa, and this is a bitters. It is a aloe bitter, and this is actually, they come in like dark crystals, almost like it looks like charcoal, but they're actually some of the most bitters that you can have on the planet. And you can take the crystals and eat them, and that actually, like a binder, binds to your toxins in the system and purges it out. They're called Cape aloes. That's what they call them, Cape aloes. Cape aloes. So they come from, of course, the Cape aloe, the Cape of South Africa and places like that. And that's where it gets it is from the family of the aloe, but it's not, it's a distant cousin of the aloe, not to be compared to the aloe vera.
Is there a preference to drink aloe vera juice versus aloe vera gel?
Yes, it is. I always tell folks the gel is better because really, if you have an irritable bowel issue, you want it to coat the lining of the intestines. You try to take it usually about 30 minutes before you eat.
Right.
If you're having serious issues, like people who have acid reflux issues, you got to slow it down. So you usually try to do it 30 minutes before each meal, and usually take about 1 to 2 tablespoons of that. And that's usually something that will soothe that.
Dr. Paul, they usually have enter and whole leaf. So which is better?
Yeah, they're both good. They're just good. It's just how they're bringing it out, or you may even have what says with or without pulp. The only problem that some people were having was that they were putting like carrageenan with some of them. And remember, they were saying, well, Doc, you said carrageenan was bad. No, I said, no, I didn't say it was bad. I said it's bad for some people. For some people may have that problem. Some people that have that problem, remember, they got to watch things that are thick, creamy, or pour slow. But this kind of thickness actually works a little better. So some people may have a problem with it. Some people may not. So that's why I said always test yourself before you actually absorb that. And you may have to go to the actual leaf itself. Okay. All right. So
Dr. Paul, I just want to make a statement. This is Nitha. I was using my aloe vera gel every day in my drink because I would put it in my drink. As a matter of fact, I would take my drink in the morning. That's my breakfast because I fast routinely. But I had to change. I had to cut back on my aloe vera because already I had to wait and stay in until I go. And now that I usually work in the morning, I wait take my my green drink when I get home and space out. I'm not going out today, so I'll put my aloe vera in there. Because I'm telling you, not long after I take the juice, I'm gone and I have to wait. I said, okay, I leave out at 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm stuck out there and I have to go and I have no place to go.
That's right.
It
And
really,
you know,
I've been using the aloe vera and recommending it to my clients who have problems with constipation all the time. So I love using it.
yes. And it's
That's something
very,
to take every day.
yes, you
Pardon me?
can take that every day. Yes, yes, you
I
can.
put about 2 ounces in my drink.
Yeah. And also it's excellent for your skin and your scalp.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's good for, remember, derma, and we're all over our body. It's good for the largest organ in our body, which is our skin.
Yeah.
You know,
I use
whether
it for my
internal-
wound healing. So I put it on my wound. So,
Yeah. So aloe vera gel does wonders, you know, and you know, the only one that I would watch out for, and since we're talking about this subject, and these are under the title of cathartics, CATHARTICS. Okay, those actually, they either create mucus or they irritate the internal skin to increase mucus to move the digestive system. That's their job. That's their job. That's the main thing they're doing. And it's to remove the waste out of the system, you know, out of the large intestines. That's usually what the purpose of God's creation for this was, to work with us. So these are things that move the system. And there are some that you got to watch out for. There's one that is what we say, it has a male principle to it, and that's called Cascara Sagrada.
Yeah, buddy.
Cascara Sagrada. Now spell that for you.
Yeah.
CASCARA. That's the first word. Cascara. Sagrada. SAGRADA. Got it? Cascara Sagrada.
And it don't play.
It don't play. Yeah, and the reason why it don't play is because, remember, you know, herbs have 3 things they do. If somebody can remember this one, this would be really good. Herbs do 3 things. Can anybody tell me what the 3 things that herbs do?
Stimulate.
In the balance of universe, they only do 3 things. It's got to be one of those 3 things.
Stimulate.
Slow down. Stimulate. Regulate.
Speed you up.
Oh, I heard somebody say it. Somebody said it. Say it again.
Stimulate.
Slow you down.
Somebody said the first one. First
Speed
thing
you
I was
up,
looking
slow
for
you
was
down,
thank
balance
you.
you out.
There you go. There you go. Speed up.
Speed up. Slow you down.
Slow you down.
And balance
Or
you.
balance you out. It's
down.
either or. It's based on what you need to do. So they become adaptogens. They adapt to you, whatever you need to get done. So they come in and say, all right, Big B, what we got to get done here? Huh? Oh, we backing up? All right, we're just moving fast. You know, you got it. So the herbs go in and they work with the body. You can't see the intelligence of this thing. It's amazing. So those things like Cascara Sagrada, that one speeds up. Got it? It speeds up. It pushes. So sometimes if you're someone that's coming from a background of heavy meat eaters, I don't suggest you do stuff like that.
I know that's right.
You got to take your time with that. It's good. You'll always find it in a little bit of all colon cleanses. It's not saying it's bad just to be in there, because you need a little bit of that push. But you taking it just by itself can be very painful. Matter of fact, they put disclaimers on the actual product. If you take it by itself, it'll actually say this can cause lower abdominal pains. That's because when people have been eating meat for years and years and never had a detox, it actually binds to the walls. And if it binds to the walls, it's like, you ever see a pipe? You ever see a pipe and you ever go into a pipe and see that the pipe may be that big, right? But then the rest of it is all gunked up inside of there and you only have that much passage, little tiny hole. So that means all that gunk has to be pushed out. So it starts to push.
Yeah,
and when
buddy.
It can be painful because it's going to pull on the intestines a little bit. And that's why
Yeah,
we say
it
be
causes
careful.
your muscles to contract.
Right. That's exactly the point.
Yeah,
That's
you feel like
exactly
you
the
got,
point.
you feel like you're cramping bad.
Right. It's
That's what's
exactly.
beneficial.
Yeah. Yeah. So it can actually cause problems by elongating the enlarged intestines. Yep. So it can actually cause spasms in that area. That's when we say you got to be careful. Okay. There's also this thing called demulcents. You ever heard of demulcents? Anybody ever heard of demulcents?
Yeah.
All right. Demulcents. 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 Now, what are demulcents? Demulcents are things that are slimy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they're
Mhm,
slimy.
mhm.
And
I didn't
they're
get that.
okay. Let me spell it again.
No, they're what? Slimy?
They're slimy, slimy prophetess.
Slimy, right? Slimy. They cause mucilage because they move things because they gotta move this stuff out of you. You need something on the floor to get it out of there, right? So that's what this does. Demulcents job, they're bland in nature. So what usually you can get, that's usually good for internal organs, soothes and protects like a slime. They create an automatic slime. Now, let me give you a couple there. You might already know these and you've been taking them for years because people used to back in the day take it for stomach aches, constipation, even common colds and flus. So to move this cold and flu out of your system faster, to get it out, especially when children have like irritable bowel issues, or they may have like, like they are having this virus, stomach virus, when the children were in school. You need to give them one of these demulcents to get the stuff out of them. So it actually starts to now soothe the throat. It can even help to move all these parasites out of the system. So let me give you a list of some of the demulcents. This is the demulcents list. Got it? First one would be licorice. Not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul. All right. Would be licorice. Got it? There's another herb called
red and black.
Licorice.
Red and black.
Yeah, all licorice.
All licorice, Yvette.
And also licorice is also good for balancing rhythms of the heart too. Got it? So it's actually good for the heart.
How about okra? That's slimy.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Laverne.
Go ahead, Laverne.
That's right. Okra.
And I'm growing some red okra in my garden.
Go ahead, Mela.
I used to, you know what, when I was little, I used to sit back and watch my grandma cook, and I was like,
ooh.
wow, would anybody eat that?
Ew.
I was like, Grandma, that is too slimy.
That's
Why would
nasty.
anybody look at it? But now I know as I grow older, it was for the purpose of moving the digestion. But they always knew this. She said, make it go, little Paul, make it go. So, all right. So let me give you some more herbs. Let me give you a couple more. Flaxseed.
Flaxseed.
That's why people put flax seeds in their smoothies in the morning, because if you're trying to move and it's a demulcent, it helps to move in the morning, because what cycle is in the morning, by the way? I forgot. What cycle is that? What cycle is that? Oh, it's the cleansing cycle. That's right. It's a cleansing cycle. So what better thing to have than flaxseed? Also, it has omega-3 that can help you also with that. So that's also
you can
very
put
good.
one in your eye too.
All right, so let's see. What else? Let me give you some more. Sassafras. Y'all remember sassafras?
Sassafras tea.
Right?
Yeah, buddy.
Sassafras. That's right. Sassafras.
Sassafras is great tea.
I had a buddy used to tell me, he was in our men's group. He said, Dr. Paul, he said, I hear you talking about that sassafras. He said, man, my mama, when she gave us that sassafras tea, boy, that'll clean us out so good. You can look down my throat and see the ground. I said, yeah, that's clean, buddy.
Yeah, it are. Wow.
I got you. I got it.
Oh,
right,
man.
Let's see. What else?
I don't see sassafras on the market now.
Yeah, because they tried to tie it to cancer. They tried to say, but it really is what they were spraying on the trees and things like that. It was, they were showing they were causing. See, they never give you the real studies on the stuff. They always study stuff that's already tainted studies, you know, and then there's a lot of money involved with that. So don't, you know, nothing God has created that you can actually say is causing a problem, because ultimately it's a food. So it can't cause you problems.
Amen.
It's only going to feed the body. Got it? All right, let me give you a couple more. There's also one called colt's foot. Colt's foot. This is a herb. And I did talk about colt's foot one time before. Colt's foot is also, it can fall into the line of a nervine also. So it's calmative at the same time. So not only is it getting your intestines right, but it's also getting your mind right. So it's a calmative. It can be one of those nervines. Very good. All right. One of my favorites. Here's one of my favorites. One of my favorites is marshmallow. Marshmallow root. That ain't the marshmallows you out there on the fire. No,
well,
no, there's actually an herb called marshmallow. And I used to bring this out to the women's group all the time. You remember I used to bring that out to the women's group? Marshmallow root. Very, very good. Marshmallow also is good for ulcers. Yeah, ulcers. People having ulcers, acid reflux issues. Yeah, very good. All right, let's see. Let me see. Of course, you got to throw into that Irish moss. Okay, that's why, you know, Irish moss has that, you know, ability to drag. It has that medium chain and large chain triglycerides that drags and pulls like a dragnet, pulls this stuff out of your intestines. So that's why everybody's on that. And remember, when it's doing that, it's pulling all of that bacteria, virus, fungus, parasites, all that stuff. And it raises the alkalinity at the same time. So that's why that's a good one. And let me give you one more. How about comfrey? Yep, comfrey. Comfrey. Comfrey is one of my favorite herbs. You know, we call that the herb of strength. Herb of strength. That gives you might in your hand. We call it might in your hand, because comfrey was always used when you get the root. That can actually good for bone, joints, ligaments, connective tissue. When you're trying to bring your blood count up, it's good for the bone marrow, and also for people who have meniscus tears, things like you know, hip replacements, all of that stuff. But it's also one thing that people don't talk a lot about with comfrey is that if you take it like a tea, you know, it can be very much a demulcent. It can do a lot to move the digestive system. Also very good for hernias. Like if somebody has hernia, like a hiatal hernia or an inguinal hernia in those areas, because remember, when you have a hernia, it's the protruding of the intestines out of the muscle. So you need something to draw it back. It has an astringent property. So that's why comfrey is also a very good astringent. It keeps keeps the skin tight, ladies. Yep, keeps it tight. Keeps it real tight. You want to tighten up the arms, y'all, you know, because I get a lot of that question. They say, I know that's right. You gotta tighten these arms up. Yep. That's it. That's that comfrey. But it also what? Tightens up the belly also. It helps to tighten the core of the body. Yep. Yep. Very, very powerful herb. That would be comfrey. All right. I think I'm done with that. I just want to give y'all, that was a family. Slippery elm.
Slippery elm.
Slippery elm. Absolutely. Slippery elm is in that. Yeah, absolutely.
Dr.
So
Paul,
remember anything, and there's a lot of them out there. Don't, you know, there's a lot of them, but anything that when you start to agitate it a little bit, it starts to now create a slime. That's usually what demulcents are.
Dr. Paul, what about the cactus Nopal pad?
The what one?
The cactus Nopal, Nopal.
Yeah, you can do a lot of them. There's also the hoodia. The hoodia. You've heard about the hoodia?
No.
Yeah, hoodia. The hoodia plant. That's a cactus also. So all of these are good for intestines. Yep. And you remember that's also, it moves. Remember, just like with the aloe vera, the cactus is out there what? It's out there what? I'm just doing what I'm doing.
Just hanging out doing what you do. That's all.
My job. You know,
Yeah.
another way you can look at this also. You remember I talk about the oils, right? The certain types of oils. You have stay away from the refined oils, I always tell you, right? But the highest oils that have the highest smoke point, which means they don't burn, and that they burn only at the highest rate, is sunflower and safflower. Those are your two, sunflower and safflower. They actually don't, their smoke point is 528 degrees. That's broiling temperatures. That means when you at a hibachi grill, you've been to a hibachi grill and they cook in front of you. Well, they would not be able to cook in front of you unless they were using either a sunflower or a safflower oil. Ask them when next time you go. Say, what kind of oil you got? Oh, this is the only oil we can use. We'll smoke y'all right on out of here.
Oh gosh, yeah. Makes
Yep.
sense.
Dr. Paul, please.
What
Cold
was
foot?
that?
Number 4 was cold foot.
No, colts, like a C-O-L.
C-O, like a horse, C-O-L-T-S, colt's foot.
Yeah, colt.
I'm still not cold foot.
Yes.
Yeah, C-O-L-T-S-F-O-O-T.
Oh, okay.
All righty, family. All right, I'm glad we went into that because this is the season for demulcents and then the cathartics. This is the time and season for that. Got it? So those any laxative and purgatives that have to come in the system to purge that stuff out of your system. You need to be aware of all of those different herbs that were specifically used for that. And also, not only that, but they give you strength. So when they push stuff out, they feed you at the same time.
I know that's right.
Big,
Wow.
that's an amen shout right there.
Yes, indeed. I know that's right, buddy.
I'm gonna move the bad stuff and feed you at the same time. Only God. Only
Going
God.
going back to what you said. If you can't see God, you ain't looking. Wow. Oh boy. All right, Dr. P, let's go up to Elaine up in the corner. She's been waiting patiently.
All right, Elaine.
Elaine.
Thank you, Elaine.
You gotta get unmuted, Elaine.
Elaine?
There you go.
Hi, how is everybody?
Just fine.
Doing well, Elaine.
Oh, praise God. All right. I just had a question. I've been to your health classes. I had to drop out, so I'm so glad a friend told me about your Zoom classes. My question, and I don't know if you can answer it, I don't want to put you on the spot, but my mother has spinal stenosis. And it is very severe. It's getting to the point where she is barely able to walk. And I was wondering what could be done about it because it really hurts me to see her in so much pain.
Yeah. Now, how old is your mom, by the way?
Oh, my mom is 94.
94?
Yes.
Okay.
God bless her, Elaine.
Bless her heart. Bless her
Oh,
heart.
thank you. I tell everybody when I grow up, I'm going to be just like her.
That's right. Keep saying that too, because that's
Oh, yes, indeed. I will.
All right. So spinal stenosis, you know, when you're having issues with the spine and their age, that's why we have to take the age in consideration. The bones are getting very, you know, not only thin, but weak.
Yes.
And the low density. So the best thing that I always give the seniors, I always say, you know, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. You got to keep her hydrated the best way you can. Okay?
That's a struggle.
I know what the struggles are. I know. Because the first thing is, I don't want to drink water because I'm gonna have to get up and go to the bathroom.
That's right.
And sometimes, you know, based on the situation and availability, it may not be a bathroom on the same level, or you got to go upstairs or whatever. And it's just trying to get back and forth and getting, when you sit down, you got to get up. It's a lot of work.
Yes.
So I know that's why we got to really challenge and help them with that. You may want to use a portable, arrangement, because there's a lot of portable potties that you can have around your house also that can be more accessible so she can get around to.
Okay.
But those are some of the things that I'm just thinking about when I was taken as a caregiver, I had to do for my grandmother and my grandfather and the things like that. We had certain ways of, moving them around. I even had one that was a portable sitting chair that you would go to the bathroom and it would look like a wheelchair. You could roll it around. So no
I've
matter
seen
where-
those. I've
so
seen
wherever-
those.
yeah,
Okay.
so wherever my grandfather, grandmother was, I'll just roll around and, oh, hold up.
Well, she's good as far as bathrooms. She lives with my sister.
Good.
My sister has 4 bathrooms in her house.
Okay.
One on each floor and also in the basement.
So
Good.
first thing, you got to get the right water. You have the right water. You know the right water, right? Spring water.
Yes. Yes.
Bottled at the source.
That's
Got it?
right.
You have the
Yes.
Crystal Geyser, or what are the water you drinking?
Well, I like Crystal Geyser.
Good, good. So you try to keep that water as much as possible, because even if we give her the specific herbs that are for bone density, since the water is the activator, and the water has to work in order for has to be present in order for it to work.
Okay.
So green drink would be number 2. The green drink. You know, the green drink that I have has land and sea, so that's hydrogen. Got it? So a green drink, you know, and remember, it necessarily in her case doesn't have to be in a liquid form. You can put it over a food. A lot of people put it in soups. A lot of people put it in salads. They put it in some ways to get it into her system. You know, I want to let you, you know, work that, because it's a food. Remember, it's a food. But if you can get her to do about 8 ounces a day, maybe twice, 8-ounce cups.
Twice a day?
With about 2 teaspoons in that, and try to do it. If you can do that, optimum would be at least twice a day. That would help the situation. Okay. And then the last thing, because I don't want to give them a whole lot. I would never give seniors a lot. I would usually say, we say not to, and this is all just being hypothetical because we haven't seen your mother, or we're just speaking in general. Just speaking in general, as traditionally not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease. Got it?
Right.
But I would give her the coral calcium. Okay, coral calcium. That's what we usually give for seniors.
Oh, and I was thinking about that about a year ago, and then something shiny went by and I forgot all about it. Okay.
Coral calcium. See, it's very good for bone regeneration.
Okay.
And coral calcium also raises the pH. So you can add a little bit of the coral calcium right to the green drink, and that will help. Okay. And the last thing, if I were to ask one last thing, you got to keep her active. You got to get her, you know, do a little bit of something every day. Try to do about at least 15 minutes of some kind of exercise with her, you know, to get her moving, get her body. It could be chair exercise. It doesn't mean she got to get up.
Actually, we can, on a day like this, she will get up, she will get out, and she will walk. So that's a good.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a real good thing.
So that's kind of like a play of what we're using for bone density right there. Bone density, but also blood, and also cleansing, you know, because let me tell you what the number one thing to watch out for is urinary tract infections. UTIs.
UTIs.
Yep, UTIs. See, women, you have a small urethra. So what happens is, it's not that it's if you sit and hold the urine, which a lot of the seniors do, whether consciously or unconsciously, it's a perfect environment, because that pelvic floor is the perfect place for heat. And that heat is the hottest place in the body, perfect condition for bacteria to grow. So that's why a lot of people have UTIs and don't even know it. And, you know, it's just something we got to not hold it. Don't hold it too long. Yep.
Okay.
And just try to keep her as fluent and as regular as possible.
Okay. So let me just ask, thank you very much. For the coral calcium, what form is that taking? Are we talking tablets here, or are we talking some type of powder?
Well, with her, I would not mess with capsules or hair capsule. Everything should be liquid. Chewable, tinctures, teas, and powders. That's what you want. Everything that's what's called bioavailable.
Right.
So it's bioavailable, which means she doesn't have to work to get it.
Yes.
So
yes,
that's
I
usually
do.
So usually you can buy coral calcium, and even if it comes in capsule forms, you can open the capsules up right into the green drink.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or it may come loose, like a loose powder.
Right.
Right.
Fantastic. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
All right,
Thank
Elaine.
you,
Dr.
Elaine.
Dr. Paul, can I just add one thing with her
Yeah, I
when you
wanna
were
say
talking about the UTIs with the seniors? For
Mhm.
her to watch out for, like you said, they can develop it and don't know it. But what you will notice, a change in her mental status.
Yes,
If
yes.
she has a change in her mental
Thank
status,
you. Thank you. Yes.
better bet it may be a UTI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Nitha. That's right. That's spot on. You know what? That should be when there is a temperature change. Yep, that is so critical. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Nitha, for covering on that, because that is so important. Because that's one of the number one signs. When the temperature rises past the 98.6, remember, that's the body immediately fighting off. I'm gonna fight off this bacteria. So what am I gonna do? I got invaders, so I'm gonna speed up the heart.
Hello?
Speed up the heart. And if I speed up the heart, now that's gonna raise the body temperature. I gotta race the engine. So when I race the engine to burn it out, it puts too much heat on the brain. And sometimes the heat on the brain gets too much and they get discombobulated. And then that's when they get
State
dizzy,
of confusion.
Yep. And then that's what a lot of the doctors are, they're not understanding. When they bring them in the ER, they're saying like, why are they talking all crazy? And they keep falling. You ever heard somebody say, sister so-and-so or brother so-and-so keep falling? Why they keep falling? They got a UTI. That's what it is. It's affecting the brain. So yes, thank you, Nitha. I appreciate that, because that was definitely, I missed that one, but definitely that is absolutely.
Thank you.
Very, very
Now,
critical.
I was aware about that. My husband was recently diagnosed with a UTI, and he did have a mental change before that. And I knew something was off. Nobody could figure out what it was. So I don't think I'll ever forget that one.
Right. Now, one thing that we'll talk about as far as, and I know they're going to throw the antibiotics, okay? But we know that the antibiotics are not working right now. We got a problem with the antibiotics.
Yes.
Because we got super bugs now that are resistant.
Yes, we do. They're resistant.
Right. So I can only give you the certain herbal things that can help with the UTIs. Got it? I'm just saying traditionally, not to diagnose, treat, prevent disease, just food for the soul. One would be the golden seal roots.
Okay.
Golden seal root. The root, not the herb.
Right.
Got it? Another one would be Uva ursi, UVA, URSI. And if there's a third one I would use, it would be called Buchu, BUCHU. These are used traditionally for infections. Now you can also, another one, let me give you one more.
Sure.
Would be horsetail.
Oh.
Horsetail.
So what about wild oil of oregano? No?
Yes, oil of oregano has antibiotic properties. I would say more fungal than antibiotic, but it does have antibiotic properties also.
Okay.
So that would be fungus issues, which is not bad to take.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Dr. Paul? I just wanted to add one thing when you're talking about the temperature. Another thing people have to be aware of as you get older, whereas somebody in their 30s or 40s, they may be able to tolerate a fever as high as 100, 101. In a senior, if they have a temperature that's just 99 or under 100, that could be significant for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Too much heat.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's
Thank you.
Thank you, Corinda. That's perfect. Yeah, because you're dealing with dehydration at its highest. And with that, you're building up a tremendous amount of heat. And it has to, and it's trying to do its best to heal itself. Remember, the body's always trying to create homeostasis, balance. But I can only do what I can do. So definitely it's going to try to heat the body up. So you got to keep her cool, when that's happening.
Okay.
Dr. Paul? Dr. Paul?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Harai.
Hey, Harai.
Yes. Can I add, when I was in the hospital, they have this new thing for going to the bathroom, and it goes, when you're in the bed, it goes, or if you're sitting, in the chair, and between your legs, but it sucks the fluid into a container.
Yeah.
So, you know, for people who cannot get up and go to the bathroom, now they sell it online. There's a commercial that comes on TV.
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to share that.
Oh, thank you,
thank
Mariah.
you.
That's great. That's great. That's great. And definitely, you know, that's all of these things are excellent. So explore all the possibilities, but I think that you got enough to grow on right there to say, you know, what are we doing here? But get her energy up. We got to get her strength up. Keep her cool. Watch her body temperature. Okay.
Dr. Paul, I heard
Okay.
concerning for Elaine, concerning water. They said if you mix something in that water, like cucumbers or strawberry or something, you won't have to go so much to the bathroom. We go to the bathroom a lot because it's just, we're drinking clear water.
Yes.
So if you put something in there, you go less frequency going to the bathroom.
That may be for some people, but you remember, if you're adding like a cucumber, you're adding hydrogen, so that's going to move some stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to move some stuff. So no matter, sometimes you
Be
can
very
accelerate.
careful.
You can accelerate the situation by doing that too. Just like Nisa was just saying, but she take the green drink and she put the aloe vera in there, and it's like, hey, stay close. So you gotta test it out, you know.
That's it, right.
You know, see what works for you, because everything may be a little bit different from each individual. So thank you, Elaine. We appreciate you. I think somebody got a good word from that situation.
Yeah.
We learned a lot
We
from that.
appreciate you, Elaine.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes,
All right.
Very much.
Hey, y'all, let's come off of mute. Just give Elaine a hand for being a
Yes,
caretaker
yes.
and doing all the stuff that you do, girl. You know, you take care of your mom.
Thank you.
What
Right.
they say? Take care. Reward your parents and take care of your parents and be good to your parents, and you'll be what? You got long days and
Long life.
I know.
life.
Hey, Elaine, tell your mom to hang in there. My mother-in-law will turn 100 in March.
Oh, God bless. That's wonderful.
Wow.
So you tell her to hang in there. It is possible.
Right.
That's right. It is possible. Yes.
Elaine, take care of yourself too.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Thank you. I have to remember that sometimes.
Yes, you do. We get that. That's
right.
extremely important.
Well, the family tree.
Well, thank you, guys.
We got our prayers around.
All right, you got it. You got it. All right, Dr. Paul, before we go to Samaria, there's a question from Jessica. What mouth guard do you recommend for nighttime teeth grinding and natural remedy for tension headaches and sinus headaches due to sinus pressure from allergies?
Yeah, that's a good one. When you're talking about grinding, we try grinding all the way back to anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So, that requires an assessment, definitely, because you got to look at, there's a lot of questions behind that. You can do specific guards. Some people can even mold certain guards for you. For that, some dentists are getting into molding different ones. I've seen different ones for that, but I tend to always ask the question of where's the grinding coming from, and we notice that comes a lot from the anxiety and the restlessness and the nervous system, things like that. So I would definitely recommend an assessment first before moving forward, to calm them down a little bit. And there's specifically herbs for the nerves, the nervines we talk about, that you can use. So I would say that there's no open end for that, because you got to really have the person tested for what's going to help them with that. What was the other part of the question, though? What was the other part of the question?
No, it was all about tension headaches and sinus headaches due to sinus pressure from allergies.
Yeah. See, it can be something like allergies. It could be a lot of different. There's too many other possibilities that it could be. Did you know that jawline and the midline and that anxiety can be coming from your neck also? Cervical imbalance in the back of the neck. So I always tell folks to go structural first. Eliminate that out the equation, then move forward to say, what is bothering me? What am I eating? Am I hydrated? All those things. So you have to have all those principles in order. Usually something's out of order there. So I would say an assessment. That's all I can really say about that one. Yeah. Because
Okay.
that gets to ask a lot of questions, a lot of parameters there. Okay.
All right, Dr. P. Nicole says she's been using shower steamers for sinus congestion by a company called Zen. Do you know anything about shower steamers?
Steamers, yeah. Any of those those shower steamers, a lot of different things. What do you put in yours, Decolia? Do you put anything specific in there? Do you have
She's trying to get unmuted. There you go.
Okay. This one has eucalyptus and lemon.
Yeah, all good. Remember, that's all in part of our these oil. Remember, eucalyptus, lemon balm, rosemary. Got it? All those are herbs that are good for sinuses. They open up the sinus cavity, but they're also antibacterial, viral, fungal, and septic, and parasitic. So they're all 5. So they're all good. So if you get it in a steam mist, that even works better. So inhaling that steam with that in there, things like lavender oil, all that stuff is all good. So they work. They absolutely work. They're good for, how's it working for you? I should ask.
It's working really good. Yes. And the base of it is baking soda. I'm not sure if it has aluminum free or not.
Well, I mean, if you're able to put it, are you able to put that in there yourself, or how is your machine? What kind of machine do you have?
It comes in a little tablet. And you put it in.
Oh yeah, it's already pre-tablets. I've seen those. Yeah. See, they also have the ones where you can prepare your own. They have the ones you can put into a device and you actually do the mixtures yourself. So it's a lot of good ones out there. But yeah, I do know about those also, the tablets. I've seen those. Yeah. So it's all good. It's all good. All good. If it's working for you, don't stop. Keep it moving. You got it? All
Dr.
good.
Paul, I noticed you did not mention cranberry juice for UTI.
Yep, you notice I didn't, and I ain't going to either. Yeah, because remember, what's
no good.
Cranberry
juice.
This is a trick question, ain't it? This is a trick question, Laverne.
Laverne trying to catch you. Trying to catch you up.
Catch me or something. Laverne, I always tell people about the very few that you don't want because they're not bad. Cranberry's not bad. Don't get me wrong.
All right.
It builds the immune system, but remember, it falls on the acidic side. So now you don't want to take, something that you're already acidic. And that's why when people are taking this, it's good for the urethra and other parts of the urinary tract system. But if you got a pH problem, that's the wrong thing you want, because you'll always stay in that acid state. And therefore you're always gonna have that infection going like, I ain't going nowhere.
I know that's right.
I ain't going nowhere.
Don't even try.
Don't even try. So pomegranate, cranberry, even carrots, the orange carrots, not the purple carrots, the orange carrots. Got it? Those are bad. And then I'll say you got the tomato juice. Those fall on that acidic side. Yeah, all that is on the acidic side. So be careful. I wouldn't mess with it. Now, remember, this is not to be confused with citric acid. Citric acid works totally different. We convert citric acid. So things like oranges, things like that. If you're going to do an orange, make sure it has seeds with seeds. Right? If you're going to juice it with seeds. Things like pineapple, things like that, they're good because we convert that. Your liver can convert that. Lemons, limes, they convert to alkaline. That's why we flip it. And then when you look on the chart for the acid alkaline, it's always going to fall on the alkaline side. But when you look at a lemon or a lime, if you test it directly, the pH is a 4.0. So wait a minute, you're like, wait a minute, that's acid. No, it's acid until it gets into the body. And who's the greatest converters? We are. We convert it and we flip it. Remember, if we shouldn't be eating anything that's already been converted, if it's been already converted and flipped, aka processed, it's already destroyed. It's dead. Got it? So that's why you need something that's alive and that you can convert. So
what about a key lime, Dr. Paul?
What, a key lime?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's, remember, a lime of any kind in that family. If you don't see the actual fruit or vegetable on that acid alkaline food chart, it's always the parent that you go to. So like if you saw like the beans on there, you may not see the llama bean, but you know the llama bean comes from the fava family. So it'd be the fava bean, and the fava may be on it. So wherever it is, so you don't have to sit there and answer, is this good? Is this good? Is this good? Is this good? You just look at the parent from where it comes from. Okay? That's the way you can track it down, always. All right, let's see here, Big B. Who do we have here? Who else we have? Because we're coming down to the
Okay,
time
we got
here.
Samaria up in the corner. Samaria, Kathy, and
I want
Atasca.
to make one statement before we go further. We got 160 something plus folks in here this evening, and I've been getting a lot of questions about people saying they're not getting the Zoom email, and I want to tell you why. See, when you have these new AI and algorithms with email systems and things, see what happens is when the emails go out, this stuff is reading to see if you open it or not. Got it? So even if you've been getting emails from me or you've been subscribed to the website, you say, I used to get them, but I don't get them anymore. Sometimes if you don't open it up and you don't let that go 2 or 3 times, the email, they'll actually pull you off. They'll say, well, we sent it out, no response. It was never open. So automatically the algorithm says they're not interested or they're not available. So it pulls it back because people are changing their emails so much that they figure, okay, it's either a bad email, they're not interested, or they're just, not open it. So they pull back. So that's what they always tell us on the, the disclaimer on there. So what does it mean? It just means that if you get it, sometimes you get it, just open it up. Just open it up, just tap it. And if you tap it, it'll actually show that, I
you're interested. Yep.
Yep, you're still there. That's all it's really saying. All right. Okay, Samaria.
Okay, Samaria. Just unmute and come on through, Samaria. There we go.
All
right.
What's up, Samaria? What's up, girl? I already know who this is.
You are a mess.
She goes, man, I tell you, I know where you come from. What's up, girl?
I appreciate you so much. Well, I wanted to know, my brother, he's not sure if it's long COVID symptoms or if it's symptoms caused by the vaccine. But he's experiencing fatigue, brain fog, some anxiety and joint pain.
Yeah.
And diverticulitis.
Diverticulitis.
Yeah, yes. And he said that they prescribed him Paxlovid. That didn't help. And he's been taking lion's mane and some other stuff, but it hasn't worked. I want to know if you had any suggestions for that.
Right away, green drink. I put everyone on the green drink. Okay. That's the whole purpose of the green drink. And then try to do it with his situation that's accelerated like that. I would do 3 times a day. That's it. And that's what we say, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul. I don't know his total situation, but we got to get that hydrogen. The hydrogen, if he had COVID, still there could be some things lingering around in the lymphatic system. So you got to cleanse that out. And that starts with, energy. You got to get energy in the system to move this stuff out. So you got to raise the pH. And that pH comes from the right water. So give him the right water, green drink, make sure you get plenty of drink. Remember, tell him about his water, number 1. Half the body weight in ounces, right? Half the body weight in ounces. That's very critical. Got it?
Beverly, can you mute yourself, please?
And what kind of water do you suggest?
Okay. Now the water we always talk about is any water that's spring water, but it must be bottled at the source. Are you down? Where are you now? You in Georgia? Where you at?
I'm still in Philly.
You're in Philly? Oh, you in
Philly. Look, Mary, see my bottle right there?
Yes.
That's it right there.
That's the Crystal Geyser right there.
That's Crystal Geyser.
Gotcha. All right. Got it.
All right.
Yep. So water like that, or any water, spring water bottle at the source, because make sure he has half the body weight. So take whatever his weight is. What's his weight? Do you happen to know what his weight might be?
Right around
Ballpark?
probably like 180, 200.
Okay, so if it was just, let's take the highest, 200, that would be 100 ounces. Okay, so half his body weight is 100 ounces. Divide that by 16.9, which is one bottle. So you're looking at about 6 bottles. He's looking at a day. Yeah. That's ballpark. But when you get an accurate number on his weight, half the body weight in ounces, and then divide it by the size of the vessel that you're going to be drinking from.
Got it. Okay.
Usually that's the start to getting off, and then water. Usually, I'm gonna tell you, I see the biggest turnarounds happen with just water and greens. That's it.
Yeah, buddy.
That's it. Water.
Don't think it helped me because I was all over the place.
Yeah, water and greens. If you maximize just water and greens, so that's going to keep you fed. That's going to keep the body in strength, cleans the liver, flows, gets the circulation going, and also raises the pH, which now that bacteria, if there's anything left in the lymphatic system, it can't stay there. It's got to get out of there. It's got to move. Got it? All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Samaria. And ultimately have him call me. We can do a phone consultation. Or have him come in if he's in the Philadelphia area. Okay.
Okay, I will.
All right.
All right. Good to hear from you.
All right, Samaria. Kathy Hinchford, you next.
Yes. Hi. Good evening, Dr. Paul. I had 2 questions, but in consideration of time, I'm going to ask you one. First of all, please tell your son, and I'm not of that generation, but please tell your son that take a walk is so promising. I mean, I just like the sound. Having been a teacher, I could just see my students, getting into that. It's just wonderful. I can't wait to hear the full.
I know that's right, Kathy. Yes,
indeed. So much. He would be so glad to hear that. Now,
yeah,
it's
very nice.
Yes.
Now, I have a question. And like I said, I got on late tonight, so I hope it wasn't asked or addressed. And if it does, I'll just ask Bill, please, to get a copy.
Yeah, sure.
In the news this past week, they had a young lady from the University of Penn, I think, who died as a result of this Panera drink that was 3 times the strength of the Red Bull, in terms of caffeine. In the past, I was drinking, I don't know if it was a yerba mate. I was drinking something, and I saw that guarana, which to me is like caffeine on steroids. And I noticed that I had some, to me, palpitations. I said, oh no, I better stay away from guarana. It seems like I'm sensitive to that strength of caffeine. Can you speak to that a minute, please?
Absolutely. Everything that's in those drinks are to drive the system and race the adrenal glands. That's what it's doing. And that's where you'll have a lot of sugar, number one, a lot of carbonization. Remember, carbonization is, carbon. We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide, so it's waste. So why are we drinking it? So that fizz, anything that fizzes, they also put in there what's called tyrosine, which is actually an amino acid. But if you take it with something like the carbonization plus the dyes, the sugars, all of that, your system is on a major overload. And plus they add caffeine to a lot of them. So it's going to be sky high. Your adrenals are getting they get overflown with energy. Put you in an automatic state of what's called fight or flight. Got it? Fight or flight means that your body's in a crisis. It feels that I got to do something. I got to move this energy somewhere because I'm in a crisis. Either I'm going to move the energy away from the intestines, because if I'm in a state of fight or flight, I need to put it to the place where I need it, because I either going to fight somebody or I'm going to run. So that's the whole concept of fight or flight. So that's what those drinks do. they tend to cause a lot of kidney damage. A lot of kidney damage. Yep, kidney.
So it wasn't the guarana itself, though? It wasn't.
Well, it could be. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You got to look at the ingredients. You have the ingredients with you there?
No, I just saw in the news that the caffeine was 3 times the amount of a Red Bull. That's all I knew.
It's gonna overflow those adrenal glands, and they sit right on top of your kidneys.
Okay.
So that's why everybody tends to have, and you know what it damages? It damaged this thing called cardioautonomic neuropathy. That's what it's called. It damages the nerve endings that lead to those areas of the adrenals and the intestines and the kidneys and all those. That's the one test that we test for on the RM3A. It's called cardiac autonomic neuropathy. That's why those who have like diabetes, see, you have this autonomic system, which is walking, talking, balance, coordination. So we get that number. And then if it's matched with this cardiac autonomic neuropathy, we know that it's doing damage. The first thing we look at, are you drinking like some high energy drinks or something? Yeah, that's all I do. That's all we do. Yep. So you got to watch the.
I don't drink a bit. Okay.
Yeah, it's acid. It's all acid. When it comes down to the end of the day, if there's anything that can actually, separate it from everything, it's all acid. That's all it is. It's too much acid.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thought she had a heart condition too, Dr. Paul.
Oh yeah. And this, and the heart.
She did. Condition, she had a serious heart condition. That's why her family's trying to sue.
That's like the heart just exploding. Says I can't take it because it sends the crisis to the level where it pulls. It's just gonna say speed it up, and it's like an engine that just basically just seizes up because it can't keep the pressure. It's just too much pressure.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And
all right, everyone. Let me share this one little comment, and then you got 3 final questions.
Okay.
Nikki says there's a thing going around right now on TikTok about using Jamaican black castor oil, saying to put drops in your navel and will help you have regular bowels and help reduce fibroids.
Yep. All good. We talked about the castor oil packs. It's the same thing. So the black castor oil maybe definitely has more melanite cells in it. So it's actually different based on the color is usually where the region it comes from. Okay. So usually that's definitely something that we could say is good. And yes, you can put it right in the navel area. Yep. What's that navel area? Anybody know what that chakra is? Anybody know what that chakra is?
No.
Tell us what it is.
That's with my chakra notes.
Apparently, we're not going there today.
What does that do again? What does the black oil do?
Okay, it's good for, remember, castor oil is just good for the entire body. It's the castor bean. So it's good for that's another demulcent, by the way. Okay, another demulcent. It's good for the liver. It cleans the liver. So people will take a castor. You remember I showed y'all the castor oil pack? Remember that you wrap around your body? You got it it's like a pad that you can put it on the pad.
That was good information. Yes.
Bianca, to some of us young people, we had to give that up all the time.
Women can use it also for cervical issues.
Yes.
So if they have cervical issues, people have fibroids, ladies have fibroid cystic tumors. Yeah, they take it right there. Put that castor oil pack right there. And it actually shrinks them down. That's one of the options. That's one of the things that Dr. Ethel will probably bring that to your attention if you ever speak or have a chance to speak with her. But yeah, those are all things that you can use it for. Castor oil has been always used for a lot of things to keep the body's system and circulation and circulatory and keep things moving. Yeah, that's one to remember. It speed up, slow down.
Yeah.
Balance out. So that's one that moves, right? That's also one good for hair.
Yeah,
it stimulates the hair and the scalp, for moisture in the scalp. And I'm gonna give you one more. Did you know that that's what, when children have bloody noses, they have the nose and it keeps bleeding at times like this time of year, when the weather starts to change, the air, you start to turn on your heaters, and your heaters in your home start to push out this really dry air. And for children, that's too dry for them. And it starts to dry the air. It dries their little membranes in their nose. And then they get hard and then they break. And then next thing you know, every evening at night, they said, I got a bloody nose, my nose is bleeding. That's why. So you take a little bit of castor oil, ain't God good? Take a little bit of castor oil, dip it in a little Q-tip, roll it right up in that nose, right just before they go to bed. And guess what? No more nosebleed.
Wow.
God is good. No
Yes,
more. I had
I'm
to
so
teach.
glad
I
you
told
said
the
that.
doctor this one time. The doctor was like, man, I want to use it for all my patients. I was like, and he said, yes. He says, wow. I said, yes, one of the best lubricants for the mucous membranes. So that's why it's very good. So if you take that, roll it up as far as the child will allow to push it. And guess what? Sleep like a baby. It also calms them down too. It's very calmative. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Prophetess.
Oh yeah, I thought I wasn't. You said castor oil, right?
Yep. And then she mentioned black castor oil. See, there's a black castor oil. Yeah, there's a black castor oil. Yep. And these are in that family of the emulsins, but it's from the castor bean. Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I wasn't going to ask that question, but I just spent the night in the ER because I had a 10-minute nosebleed downtown, an hour at home, and then after I got it to stop and went to the hospital, I bled another 2.5 hours.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
And
yes.
I never had nosebleeds until last year. So the doctor has already cauterized my nose last year. He just did it again last week, and now this massive bleed yesterday. And I was pretty nervous and a little frightened.
So I think this is a good point to stand on right here. So make sure check the air quality of the house. Sometimes you may need to put more humidity into the atmosphere.
Well, I do. I put buckets of water, bowls of water in front of my heater, but the heater's not on. All my windows are open still. So I'm getting fresh air, and I was downtown yesterday sitting at City Hall. I bent down like I normally do, and the blood just starts gushing. No headache, no nothing.
Right. So this is what I'm saying, though. You may need to get a humidifier. You get a humidifier. Okay. Yeah, get a humidifier and you sleep with it. See, people sleep with them by their bed. See, it may have been something that's been agitated for a while and they just dry out. And then when you're out and you remember when you're out and about downtown, the emissions and pollution and all that, that's going to dry you out even more. So try that castor oil. That should do the trick. That should do it.
I'm going to do that because they gave me Afrin last night. They gave me Afrin to spray to clot, but they said you can only use it twice a day, and I can only use it for 3 days. After that, you can't use it anymore.
Now let me tell you what the castor oil does. Not only are you ready for God on this one?
Yes, I am.
Well,
not only does it lubricate, but it blocks and it starts to stimulate the healing of anything that's cracked. Like that's why it's good for the skin. So it's going to not only generate red blood cell activity for healing, but it also is going to be lubricant enough to stimulate, and it calms you down to help you go to sleep. So God is good. So give it a shot. But I would definitely get a humidifier. Now, some people's situation, you may have to get a dehumidifier. Some people's situation is different. So sometimes you can get those tests right at the Lowe's. Like you can go to test the air quality. You can get these little kits sometimes you can get. Yeah. So keep that in mind. All right.
So you rub the castor oil in your nostril?
Take a little Q-tip, put it in there, roll it right up in the inside of it, in it as far as you can take it up in that nose. Yep. And then hold the head back a little bit. Hold the head back for a few minutes, and usually that'll do the trick. Yep.
Oh, thank you. Okay, real quick, we got Natasha Burke, and then Anthony and Vanessa. Go ahead, Natasha.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Hi, Dr.
Hey, Natasha.
Paul.
Hey, Natasha. How you doing?
I'm good. I have a question. It's for my girlfriend. Her daughter has sickle cell, right? And she's actually in a hospital dealing with pain right now. What would you recommend? I know you would probably say assessment, right?
Of course.
Yeah, because it's a blood
Only
issue.
13.
Yeah,
She's only
you did.
13. 13 years old.
Yeah. I would definitely there's a couple of things. Definitely have her come in because that's what we deal with the children when you see that. I would also, at the same time, you got to make sure she hydrated. We look at blood cleansers, got it? Because we got to change the environment in which cells live. They'll tell us that this is coming from really where we come from as a people, because the sickle cell, the cells are sickling, and then that's when they're not properly forming. So
exactly.
they tend to be resistant to things like malaria, by the way. So here's where we do. I would also check her for G6PD enzyme deficiency. Got it? Write that down.
Okay.
Test her also for G6. Write it down, just like I'm telling you. G6 PD enzyme deficiency. Usually back in the day, they used to test sickle cell and G6PD at the same time.
Okay.
But somewhere they stopped pulling off. I don't know why they did this, because a lot of the boys, 1 out of every 4 boys is a carrier of the G6PD enzyme, deficiency. So what happens is just that the cells are not forming properly. So certain foods she's got to stay away from, things that coagulate and sort of bind to. So watch things like, some people call it, watch the beans and things like that, like the fava beans, for example.
Okay.
But yeah, she got to come in and we got to talk to the parents. I would have to speak to the parents on this one, because that means that she has to have a proper delivery system of proper foods. There's certain foods she's absolutely got to stay away from.
Understood.
Yep. And that's a challenge itself, in the package. So just have them come on in and we can sit down and I can get her, but get her water right first. Get her water right. Start there, and a green drink.
Okay.
Green
Perfect.
drink and the water. Start there first. That's usually where we start to get the pH going, get the system moving. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Tasha. Appreciate you.
Okay, Anthony, you're next.
Anthony, what's up, buddy? What's happening, Anthony?
I went to my health food store the other day looking for golden seal root, and she said, "Wow, that's very expensive." When she showed me the golden seal root organic powder, it was $325 an ounce, a pound. Is that true?
I don't know where she's shopping. I don't know where she's shopping on it, but it is expensive. I can tell you, because it does a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna tell you. And since
she
this,
told me that this powder is hard to get.
It's becoming
And
harder to
that's why
get.
it's so expensive.
Yeah, that's in that form, but you can still get it from those that buy it on large bulk. So you can buy it from products like online. You can always buy it online, and get it in capsule form. There's plenty. It's still out there. It is going up, though. I can definitely say that. Yeah. Somebody had a question?
No, I got Stone just kind of went through there. But anyway, Vanessa, you're next. And then we're at 9:05 and we're out here, Dr. P. Maybe you want to try to see if you can get Lori in. I just happen to see her pop up there.
All right, sure. Hey, Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa.
Hey guys, I have just a quick question. What is your take on Mary Ruth CMOS, liquid CMOS drops?
Yeah, good. All good. Anything Mary Ruth has, we say go with anyone who's made the commitment to be organic.
Okay.
So there, she's very good for lymphatic support. Any of the C products, anything that she has on there, those people are on point with their stuff. I look for it. And the one thing I love about them, if they're in tincture form, they have no alcohol. They understand that principle that I've been saying and preaching for a long time. I'm like, look, you gotta put this stuff in non-alcohol. So, because that's a fermentation, and then that kind of makes the situation worse for somebody. So, good stuff.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Vanessa.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, we got Laurie, and that's it.
Wonderful.
Laurie?
Hello. Yes. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Here you go.
Hey, Laurie.
Okay. Hi. How are you? Oh, let me see here. I have a question about insulin.
Okay.
Doctor just told me I needed insulin and I wanted to know if it's something else that I could use.
Oh, I got the whole group in here gonna tell you what to do.
All right, I'm listening. I'm listening.
We say you done ran into a buzzsaw.
Well,
Yes. What's the first thing, family? Out of everything, I don't go into the herbs. yet.
Stay away from concentration.
There you go. There you go. That's what I wanted to hear.
I know.
Stay
Yes.
away from concentration. Got it?
Okay, yes.
No dehydrated stuff. Nothing thick,
Okay,
creamy,
right.
or pour slow.
that's right.
Okay, right.
That means cream.
No syrup on the pancake.
No syrup.
No, I stopped it. Yes. I don't even drink sodas.
Right. See,
Crystal
now, it can-
geyser water. That's what I've
Right.
been drinking.
Right, but it can also be what you're not getting enough of also at the same
Okay.
time, because usually diabetics tend to be having issues with assimilation. Got it? Not
Okay.
assimilating your nutrients. And if you're not
Okay.
assimilating your nutrients, that means the gut's blocked. So you got to start doing things that start to release that. So you got to start to do things like herbs. How many bowel movements you have a day?
Oh God. Oof. It's over 5, that's for sure.
Okay, so you're moving the
It's over
bowels,
5.
no problem
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
That's a good
sure.
thing. That's a good thing. So what you
Yes.
now have to do is we got to crank start. You got to test your pH. Got to test your
Did
pH.
she understand the question?
Yeah, I think she did. I think she does.
Yeah.
All right. So what you're doing right now? You're saying that they want you to take insulin. Where is your numbers? What, by the way, where are your numbers?
279,
Oh, Lord.
350.
Oh yeah, you getting something else.
Yeah.
Something else is going on.
553.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something else is going on there. Something else is going on. Something else that what do you like a lot of? What do you like a lot of?
What I like a lot of.
Yeah, be honest. Be honest. What you like a lot of?
Cake, cookies.
Oh, that is.
That's it. That is right there. That is right there.
There it is.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, that's canola oil heaven, Dr. P.
That's right.
Nothing's gonna get better
Well, I
until you
stopped
get your
the
diet
olive
straight.
oil. I use olive oil, and I've been changing up my diet. I even started the Mediterranean diet, but
Yeah, but here's
my
the point,
levels
though.
are not dropping.
Yeah, but here's the problem though. See what you're doing, you're doing what we call splitting the fence.
Yeah.
You can't do one thing good and then do another thing bad. You then back to zero again. You're back to zero.
Right.
You gotta leave it alone. You gotta
Cold
quit.
turkey.
You gotta
Cold turkey.
cut it. If you want to get right, you
Yeah.
gotta leave it alone. Stay
Mhm.
away from that stuff because it's no good. It's no life in it. So it's
Right.
not trying. Your body's looking for life. I'm looking to give me life, something that's life that I can move and to be, to heal your body. But if you're doing those things, it's gonna pull you right back down. So get that
Okay.
top 10 toxic food list. You got the list, right? You got the top 10
Yes.
list. You
Yes.
got all that stuff. But when
Mhm.
you're at that high levels right there,
Oh, God. Yeah.
you are way out there. So you got to really pull
Yeah.
back and you got to get control of this thing. Got it? Now, do you have
Okay.
any herbal? What are you taking herbal for the diabetes?
Nothing.
She didn't get
Okay.
it from you. She didn't get it from her doc.
Yeah.
Well, the doctor is totally against herbs, so you
And
know.
there's your
They
other
are.
problem.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Lorraine, are you in Philly? Are
Of
you in
course
Philly?
they are.
Are you in Philly?
Shoot, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm in Jersey.
Oh, well, you need to come on
Close
over to
enough.
Philly. you
Close
need to
enough.
come on over and get an assessment like ASAP because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got to
yeah,
get
yeah.
control. You got to get control of this thing.
Yeah.
Remember, you got to get control, and a lot of it has to do with cravings. Got it?
Right.
Cravings.
Yes.
Cravings
Yep.
is really what happens and stimulates the body. But see what
Mhm.
happens if you're not assimilating your nutrients, then they're going to say you're anemic also because you're not assimilating. You're not assimilating. You can't get the nutrients in for your body to do what it's got to do. So you're going to
Okay.
have an assimilation problem, and then that's when the sugar just comes in and it starts to destroy the nervous system.
Yes.
You know, that autonomic system. You're going to get you the shakes. That's why people start to shake because it's messing up the autonomic system. Walking, talking, balance, coordination. You ain't going to be able to sleep.
That's
Got
right.
it?
Yeah.
So these are the things, the systemic problems that happen, but you got to break it down. So come on through and get an assessment, all right? And I'll put you on point.
What's the hours of assessment that you have?
Well, it's based on where you are. So let me give you a number. Just call up Ivy or Mulaney and they'll work it out with you, okay? It's 1-877 377 2854.
2854.
Right. Ask for the full. Tell them you want the works. You want the works. That means the arm 3A plus the urine analysis, because you got to see the whole. You got to see the whole thing. Got it?
And Dr. Paul, I know you get ready to go, but just one other thing I just wanted to say, that can be controlled and she can get under control, but you have to be willing to do the work.
Yep. Amen.
I'm a diabetic as well. I now take one medication because I've taken myself off, but I know what to do and I'm doing the work.
Amen.
You got to do it, Laurie.
Boy, I tell you, that's the word right there.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Okay. All right, guys.
All right. I got one more thing before we go, Big B.
Dr. Paul.
Yes.
Dr. Paul. I found that the Atkins snacks and the Slim Fast snacks, I know that they, got a little artificial sweetener in it, but they helped me get away from the sugar. They got some chocolate bars and some other things that helped me get away from the sugar. And they come to be a nice substitute.
But Haraya, the artificial sweeteners are causing you will cause you some other problems.
Most of them, wait a minute, most of them have stevia.
Yeah. This is the point. See, the point we're trying to get to is that, we're still compensating. Still compensating, trying to, split the fence when really we just got to get it right. You got to get it right. See, there's a point where you reach, we say the point past the point of preventativeness. When you pass the point of preventativeness, when you can't do something, you don't want to get there. You still got time to get this thing right. Past that point now, then it's going to be harder and harder for you to come back. So you got to knuckle down. You got to just stay off the stuff. Right now, it's that bad, y'all. It really is.
Yeah, but going cold turkey over sugar. Going cold turkey over sugar.
Now 9:15. Dr. Paul has everybody. You're not going to keep him tonight.
All right. Okay, we'll get into it.
Gotta go.
All right.
Okay, guys.
So I want to show you family. Yes, as I forget who it was that actually mentioned that my son is actually having something. I just wanted to announce it for the family. I want to give a shout out to my son, Jaron.
Yes, Jaron. Let's go, buddy, because it's off the chain.
He's going to have his release of his first single that we did. We did an album. We're doing the album project, but he did the first single. And from the first single, we took snippets from, I'm actually opening up with it. I got a little surprise for y'all in the intro, but with this is his first release and it's dropping and it's coming out on October 27th, which is
all right. That's what's up.
So I put it out on Facebook, but I wanted to show y'all the little tag teasers, like a little teaser that he put together. And it's like a little 30-second piece. So I want to
Don't tell me you breakdancing.
No, he's not breakdancing.
No, I said you.
He almost had me doing it. No, I'm kidding. Hold up. Let me go and put this up here. I want to put this up here so y'all can see it. All right. Let me know when you can see it. Okay.
Okay.
You see a blank screen?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Here it is.
Excuse me.
Making my way to school like Max School. Got a couple things on my mind, it's all the truth. Why the older generation losing faith in our youth? As if we didn't get our slang and our ways from you. I don't know, I'll take a breath even though it's polluted air. I'll take a walk, patience will get me there. But I'm running late to school, yeah. Take a walk, understand me. Take a walk and clear your mind. Take a walk, you'll get there in time.
Well,
all right.
I tell you, boy, grow up.
He got a little something there. He got something there.
Yeah.
When I go up, Dr. P.
Dr. Paul.
Yes.
Dr. Paul, this is Bianca. I have my 16-year-old son right sitting next to me, and he was listening, and he likes the music.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah. He likes that little snippet you gave, so we can't wait for the rest of it to come out.
All right.
Yes. I'm on
Dr. Paul,
October
Dr. Paul,
27th.
what do you need us to do?
Actually, I'm going to bring it on. There's actually a pre-order you can do. There's a pre-order link that you can get right now. You can pre-order it until Friday, and then Friday it actually comes out. So it's like 99 cents. That's what it is now. It's like 99 cents online. So if y'all can appreciate that, hey, I appreciate y'all going there and just ordering a copy for them, you know, and just downloading it and sharing it with your family. We're trying to really do this thing.
Yeah.
He's already doing great things at Drexel University, where his professor actually came to him and said, he did a documentary on me, by the way. He did a documentary on me, and he got an A for the actual project. They liked it so well. They said, can we present your documentary of your father to Drexel for their film festival?
Wow.
And guess what? Y'all actually, they took a snippet. He was filming one time when we were doing the family tree. So the family tree is a part of the documentary, because it talks about me doing this and how we were at the, Big B. We've been doing the men's group and the women's group and all the different things, and we were telling stories, and they were moved by it. They said, this is the most incredible story of what's happening, and people never knew what was going on right in Germantown.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So,
Everybody come off mute.
All right.
Wonderful.
I'm going to break.
All right, y'all got it.
Congratulations.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Listen, hey, we got to roll. Let me do this real quick. We're going to copy tonight's chat. Send me an email to makeavideo@gmail.com. To support the family tree, use my Cash App. That's $sign Bill Morgan. That's Bill with one L Morgan. If you use Zelle through your bank, that ID is Dr. Paul at drpaulearth.com, or you send to our P.O. Box, which is P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. There we go. This has been a great night, y'all.
Yes.
Have a good night. Good night.
I want to thank everybody. Did you learn anything?
Carol G. Yo.
All right, that's right. We say when we don't charge you anything but the truth. If you go and tell somebody, I want to give a shout out and thank the prophetess over there.
Yeah. Fingers, AKA.
Thank you, Prophetess. Appreciate you. And also, we were the hosts with the most. That's Big B.
I gotta take care of the family. Yeah.
I want to thank you, Kobe, because y'all blessed me this evening with these testimonies that you're bringing forth. Every week they get better and better.
Yeah, man.
Y'all coming with it. Y'all bringing them. And you know what? It builds your confidence to now when you go out and tell somebody, you ain't so sitting back and shy no more. Y'all saying, you need to leave that alone, though.
Wow.
you need to put that down.
That's right.
Much of that, and I appreciate y'all, because we need that. We need to be ambassadors of health. Tell somebody. Sometimes that's the most incredibly uncomfortable information. Sometimes can be the best information you get in your life.
That's right.
You don't want to hear it, but you sit back and say, you know what? That is so true. I just need to let that down. Let me get my last bag of tips over here.
Man.
Be encouraged, family. And I would say to, be encouraged. Keep yourself in prayer. We say pray and row the boat. And remember, if you're breathing, you got a shot.
Yeah.
Right. Tap it out. Marcy, I see you, Marcy.
Yeah. We see you, Margaret. We see you, Margaret.
I like them glasses.
All right.
Come on down. And breathe.
Yeah. Yeah, Margaret's in the corner down there, Doc. Yeah. All right, Brenda. We see you. Yeah, Yvette. Yeah.
All right, let's do something on the hands this time. Tap on the arms, all the way up to the shoulders. There you go.
What's the
Hey,
name
I
of
see
the
you,
song?
James and Brenda. I see y'all over there in Delaware. How y'all doing over there? What's going on? All right, the other side. What you do on one side, you gotta do on the other side. Good. All right, open it up on the inside. Good. And breathe, and breathe, and breathe. Good. Tap. On the left and the right of the stomach. Yep. What you got on the left side? What's the left side? Good. On the right side, what you got over there?
Liver.
Liver. Gallbladder. I see you, Margaret. I see you. Get ready, Big B. Get ready. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. I see you, Margaret.
Yeah.
Breathe in.
The name of that song is Welcome to House Music. On and on.
Breathe out. I see you. Breathe in. Breathe out. I see you, Karen. What's up?
Yeah.
Breathe out. What's that, Kamara? Where you been? Breathe out.
Kamara been hiding. And Margaret's on the moon. Yeah.
G-Mom.
All right, Vanilla. Yeah.
Energy going, right? Get that energy moving. Yeah, get that energy. Come on, rub them together. Start that fire.
Yeah.
Get that hands together. Get that heat together. There you go. I see you, Kamara. You jamming back there, baby. All right.
Kamara's back there just chilling.
And rub it on down. Ooh. Get that bull. Don't touch yourself. Just brush it all down. It's called energy bath. Give yourself an energy bath. You got a little headache going on? Take that hand.
Yeah.
And with good intentions, put it right over your head. Right here. There you go. Don't touch yourself now. Just feel that energy. Bring it on down. Off the hands. Yeah. One more. Clap. Good. And stop. And move the top one and keep the bottom still. Y'all feel that energy? Last one. Take it and bless yourself. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing, you got a shot. And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
See y'all.
All right, buddy.
Yeah,
buddy. See you on the weekend, man.
Look at the Margaret.
Hands on the wheel.
There you go.
Read the name of the song.
Oh, I don't know what this one is.
Welcome to House Music, Dr. P.
Yes, this is Welcome to House Music. All right. Come on, I see you. Let's see what you got the shoulders going on. I see you, Vet. What you doing over there? You got the shoulders going on. There you go. Karen, we got the fingers going on. What is all that? Is that sun guy in the back of your head? You got all that sun guy. You see that big B?
Yeah,
all that sun guy in the back.
Yeah, man.
House music.
Yes, sir. Welcome to House Music too, y'all.
This is the samba. This is the samba side. Of the
Yeah.
Bossa. This is called bossa house music. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, we're gonna do a countdown. We're gonna get online again.
Yeah.
This has been a good evening. Make sure you get that tune in and make sure you subscribe for the website www.drpaulhers.com. Also, put it on the Big B. You give it to them one more time how they can donate and participate with you too, the family.
You got it, Dr. Paul. Of course, the main thing is what? you got to send an email to me at meccavideo@gmail.com. Again, that's meccavideo@gmail.com. And to support the family tree, use my Cash App. That's $ Bill Morgan. $ BILMORGAN. And if you use your bank accounts, use them. That ID is Dr. Paul at drpaulherb.com. Or you use our P.O. Box, guys, which is what? Bill Morgan at 191 Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Hey, guess what? This is the only place to be and win tonight. So bring your friends, you bring your enemies, bring your frenemies. Right here to the family tree. Ha.
All right, we'll see y'all.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon. Have a good
Yeah, buddy.
evening.